Hi, welcome to Interactive Session with Hadini Jerus Moinola. And on today's episode, we will be discussing the power of a perfect introduction. As a student, a job seeker, a young professional, or an entrepreneur, or someone that is looking forward to improve his or her social skills, you need to know how to introduce yourself. An ideal way to improve your social skill in any professional or casual gathering is to learn how to introduce yourself. Knowing how to introduce yourself allow you to present yourself in a way that creates a positive first impression. It also helps your audience to know who you are and what you stand for. Knowing how to introduce yourself helps you to build your social confidence. It also creates a lasting connection between you and other people. A lot of people find it very difficult to introduce themselves, and that's why we are on this show today to discuss the power of a perfect introduction. Our guests will be introducing themselves, and we'll be doing that after the break, so stay tuned.
My name is Akowa Bisola Elizabeth.
Hi, my name is Ivan Mr. Midaldu.
My name is Ajadi Idris Alabi.
Hello, my name is Olaimi Ajoke Omokumi.
My name is One Abdulafiz Okoyemi.
I am Juba Isaac Tamaritina.
Welcome back. So, thank you for the introduction. And the first question I'm going to ask so that we can discuss is, why do you think people find it difficult to introduce themselves?
Because people don't know who they are. People have not actually gone within themselves to actually know, okay, who am I? What are the things I like doing? People have not actually gone deep into themselves to know their interests. And also, some people are generally shy. They would actually want to, in their mind, they know what they want to say. But actually voicing it out that, okay, this is who I am, this is what I like doing, is always a problem.
In addition to what she has said, people are shy, but sometimes these people that are shy in quotes might have introduced themselves before, but the way people perceive them bruised their ego, so that thing can affect you from introducing yourself the way you want to. And again, people don't want to be perceived as small, or they don't want to be perceived as being too loud, so they keep their identity. They really rather crack jokes or talk about something else than to introduce who they really are.
For me, introduction is based on self-esteem, the way you view yourself to be in the society. Because you might be insecure. Well, if you are having this gathering in this kind of setting, am I permitted to introduce myself this way? Can I say this about myself? So you have to maybe restrict ourselves to some things rather than giving them out. So the introduction is based on that.
Probably she said what I wanted to say about people being shy and the way people perceive them. Maybe when they introduce themselves the first time, probably they got shunned or they got a response that brought down their self-esteem. Do you understand? So sometimes people just try to be reserved and try to keep things to themselves. And probably sometimes people don't know too much about themselves. They've not discovered themselves. What Bisola said, they've not discovered themselves. So, when people work more on themselves, as life moves on, you get to know more about yourself. So that's why people are unable to introduce themselves very, very well.
One of the reasons why some people find it hard to introduce themselves is maybe, let me say, this fear of insecurity. Probably maybe they should introduce themselves. They can be feel as people can see them to be too big, or maybe they are too small. It can make people look down on them, and can make some people maybe probably be vulnerable to any other attacks, like kidnapping or the rest. So some people can be scared of introducing themselves because of that.
I have something else to say.
Okay, let's hear you.
Okay, Another thing is language, diction. Some people have that thingy of that fear of I don't know how to talk, I don't know how to speak well. I can make grammatical blunders, so they rather just keep to themselves than introducing themselves. That's another reason why people have issues introducing themselves.
Okay, so Amaka, would you like to okay. So out of the discussion, we can pick some points out why people find it difficult to introduce themselves, which is people most times they know who they are, but they just don't know the right words to put together to say that oh, this is me. And most time most people, I think what Oni said and what Ayobami said can be connected, because most people introduce themselves and people most time find weakness in that, make them vulnerable to it, their ego are bruised. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So that's it. And most people have not discovered themselves, and if you are not self-aware, I can relate that to self-awareness. If you are not aware of yourself or of who you are, I think you'll find it very difficult to introduce yourself. So for me, I think you should, if you want to introduce yourself, you should know who you are. Like, sit down, find your strengths. What is my vision? So that if I get to any settings or any gathering and I am asked to introduce myself, I'll be able to say something. I will not be short of words. So that will be all for the first question. Now let's move to the second question, which is have you ever been, this is actually a personal question, so and I will want us to be very honest about it. So this is it. Have you ever been in a situation where you find it very difficult to introduce yourself, and how do you feel? Yeah, I've been in that situation before where I find it very difficult to introduce myself, and I did not really like the feeling at all. But the thing is, did I take a bold step to know how? I would say no. That's it about a lot of people. Do you get? If you are not good at something, don't just sit back and say, oh, I'm not good at it. You have to take a steps towards being good at it, because if you do not take a steps, no one is going to teach you. You are going to go to another gathering and you will not know how to introduce yourself, and it will continue going like that, and you will believe that it is just you are the one at fault. This is your personality, this is who you are created to be, and it is not like that. It's just that it is you not taking steps to do the right thing. So now, have you ever been in a situation where you find it difficult to introduce yourself, and how do you feel? So I want to hear your view, your idea.
Yes, I have been. I would say I went for a conference. And after the conference, I went to do like one or two connects. So I was kind of shy. Like, how will I talk to this man? Will he be able to hear me out and all? But then again, I took the bold step after like two failed times. Yes, because I was talking and I was stammering. So I took the bold step and I was able to talk, even though I was talking quietly, like, it's more like you are whispering because you don't know what to say. But I still took the bold step, but it was not easy. It was not easy, and that's like, for me, that's like my biggest, let's say my biggest fall or something. But I'm still learning to be outspoken, especially to be outspoken, regardless of whatever I'm saying, to be outspoken, talking to people.
So thank you very much for that, Amaka. So Ayobami, would like to hear your opinion about this.
So for me, it's a really long story, because one thing this introduction thing about me, what I felt, if I want to introduce myself to somebody, I must introduce myself based on my achievements and the things I have, like things my hands have handled, my experience. That will make it more juicy, like this picture of perfection. So I think I had delays getting into institution, and by the time I would get into institution, my mates, they're done. So seeing my mates and then coming to say hi, and I feel we are not on that level. So first of all, I judge myself. So I was always looking at it until I get to this level before I can introduce myself. So I always kept back. When people came, I'm a fashion designer. I'm supposed to tell her that, okay, I do this, I can't you design this. And they will give it to another person and the dress won't be that perfect like the way it should be, and I can do better. Rather than saying I can do this, or because I believe that I was just a fashion designer without an institution certificate or something like that. I was like looking down on myself. So I didn't have the courage to. But I had to trust the process and went to learn more. So then when I learned, I now found out that I also have advantage even if I was not yet in school. At least I had a job. They went to school and they came back, they still didn't have a job. So that gave me an edge to come forth and introduce myself to people.
So most times people find it difficult at first, but the thing is you have to take a bold steps. If you did not take that step, you are still going to remain there. If Ayobami did not take that bold step to know how, she will still remain there. She will still be feeling the low self-esteem will still be there, right? So that's why we are having this kind of show today, so that people can learn, that they can learn how to introduce themselves, and they can learn that it is very, very important for you to know how to introduce yourself. So Isaac, let's hear your idea about this question.
Ayobami said, being someone that went to a private secondary school and I had to wait, there was a particular mentality whereby if you don't get into university, you're going nowhere. So I went to college at first, college of education, when my mates had already even, they were already in Unilag immediately. As of 2019, they already finished their program. So that was when I was just finishing my NC. So some of them, Joe, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm into printing. Printing, wow. Did you get? So, but as time evolved, and I saw some of my friends, they finished. I met one of my friends who was doing his masters at KDEV University, and I think he's done with his masters now. Or after the masters, I'm not using it to they say, oh, I'm shaming them or something like that. During that process of me learning the printing or graphics or all these things, I was able to build my confidence, know myself more. Or if I had gotten into the university immediately, would I have done better? If I had finished university as of 2019, what would I have been doing by now? Though it's like a two-way thing. You can go in and come out and get something tangible to do, and you can go in and come out and not get something tangible to do. After then, I still see my friends around. Be like, Joe, where your shop now? We'll come greet you. These are people that I was not even proud to say, oh, I do printing, because if you feel like printing is a low class job for people like you get, and based on the polarization, they were on the high class. I was just there. But right now I'm very brave.
Well, having to reason with everything that everyone has said, I've actually been in this situation like that. Series of time, not once, not twice. And I can recall one of the events that happened while I was in my NCE. Doing my NCE, that was in 2017, when the government were talking about increment, when the NDSC was talking about increment in wage rates. I wrote a paper then in a paper presentation then in my school, and I was going against the increment in wage rates, because to me it's just barbaric to say, because it will never bring us any way forward. On the presentation dates, I was presenting, and the way I was presenting and the way my presentation was actually, to me, I believe that I am well prepared for that presentation. But while I was presenting the content of my paper, since it's going against that increment in wage rates, the kind of this bombastic side view, the kind of way the lecturers are looking at me, because there we have professors, we have doctors, and I was feeling so inferior to them. Even some people were there who are actually bachelor's degrees, some master's students were there, but I was feeling inferior because of what I was saying. Me, who is just an NC student, talking so much about this thing, going against it, I already know it all. But to me, it's just my gumption that said, no, we need this thing they're talking about is It's nonsense. It cannot help us. It can't save us. It only put Nigeria into more danger. And me presenting that kind of thing to them, and with my level of education and my let me say my degrees is too low, and that's made me a kind of the enemy to the whole people. Everyone was just looking at me like, this guy, you are not serious. But I thank God, because what I was talking about then was actually the practical truth, which everyone is seeing now, and we are all facing it now. Some weeks ago, I actually received a call from one of my doctors there, who was actually saying it that, Oni, what gave you that ideology that increment in wage rates will be nothing but a waste? Like, we are facing it now. How can we now think about it? I'm currently working on another paper though, trying to represent how we can rephrase that increment in wage rates and see the way forward for Nigeria. Well, that's because of the steps I've taken. The steps I actually took then, going back to school, going for my bachelor's degree, which alhamdulillah I'm almost through now. So
Yeah.
let's say the step is just the main thing.
Yeah, thank you for it. If you notice what have been said so far, everything goes down to one thing, that looking down on yourself makes it very difficult for you to introduce yourself. And once you look down on yourself, you will lose your confidence. Okay, Oni was on that presentation, and while he was presenting, I know that he will have said that, yes, I'm really prepared for it. But looking at his stage then, his position then, and the position of his audience, he's seeing a gap. He's seeing that, oh, I'm not yet the kind of person that can present this, right? And I want to say this, that your position should not hinder you from going for what you think your idea. Like, whatever position you have, whether you have a degree or you don't have it, shouldn't stop you, shouldn't make you feel like your idea is not right, like your dream cannot come into reality, or what you are doing doesn't make any sense. Whatever, if you are doing something and you know that, oh, this thing I'm doing is right, you should go for it. If you know that, oh, it is solving problems in the society, then I think you should go for it. No, don't think about, oh, other people are better than me. It is you looking down on yourself. And the part that you are supposed to play, if you do not play it, there will be lapses. So now let's get our other guests to talk. And so Ajoke, what do you want to say about it?
Thank you. So I remember when I was in year 2, so I went for this pageant, this Makama all week pageantry. So I was contesting for Miss Petit. And I had to introduce myself on stage to everybody, like the whole of New Orleans. So as I was there now, I don't know where the confidence ran to. I just forgot everything on stage. And I actually ran out. But later, we have to do costume. You have to show your talent and all that. I think it was when it was the talent time, and after they becoming more confident. And to God be the glory, I came out second run out.
Wow.
That's actually very good. So if your first try, if you fail at your first try, you can still try again, because I know that you are very good and you can make it. So Idris, do you want to say anything?
I've been in some situations whereby I was asked to introduce myself, but not in a formal setting. Or just random introduction. But in this case, they've said it all. If you are not up to their standard, you want to look down on yourself like, is this what I want to say, is it relevant? Am I in the position to see this?
But the question is, should there be standard?
No, that's the first impression you give yourself automatically. Like, hey, you look yourself like, hey, look at my friends, look at what he's using, look at his phone, look at his designer. I'm just here with even in a family setting, family meeting, the person they give utmost respect to is either you have degrees, or you have degrees, or you are influential, or you are rich before you can have a say in the family meeting. So likewise, any gathering too, just add that at the back of your mind. You cannot be the one to now say, okay, for me to get to this point, for me to get to this stage, I have to just look over or overlook some things that no, it's not necessary. I can't feel that way because we are all human beings. Can never be equal. But how can you be equal? Change your mentality and stand to on your feet, stand to the ground that this I will fit into the society. There's nothing you can tell me. I will do this, I will do that. Because for that introduction aspect, I've not been in a situation to whereby I'm asked to introduce. But I faced one recently, just classroom on during our TP. I was asked to introduce myself to the students, and that kind of just, well, my name is Mr. Ajadi Idris. I will be your economics teacher. So the next class, I'll be the one coming to the class, period. So that doesn't require you to say your strengths to the students.
Okay.
Because they are looking up to you, you can see. Look at that sitting. They are below you. So what do you want to say to what do you want to say to you? You'll be like, I know it all. What degree do you have? You're still in your SS2. But when you have maybe panel, for instance now, you have to face the panel. You'll be like, hey, say what do I want to say there? Because they're all smart there. What do you want to say? So the courage and confidence has to be there. So that's it for now.
So you are trying to say that sometimes there is always a standard, and once there is standard, there is, and you are not up to that standard, it will be very difficult for you to say who you are in that kind of
Yes,
setting.
automatically.
Yeah, I actually agree. That's yeah, that it will be very difficult for you because okay, what did I want to say? These people are above me. Yeah, you are just there. Yeah. So Ayobami want to say something, but before Ayobami talk, I would love to hear Abisola say something.
Yeah, I've not introduced myself and I do not do it. Yes. I can't even really remember to show you how crazy it is. I can't remember the scenario, but I've been in situations like that where I've not introduced myself and I really could not even bring out a sensible sentence on my introduction. But I just said, my name is Akwa Abisola. I do this, I do that, and I just kept quiet. I was just numb. I could not see anything.
Well, you know that there is more to what you
There's
say.
more to, like in your mind, you know that I'm more than what I've said, but the confidence is part of it to actually open your mouth and actually say it because you feel like you've said it all. This person is beneath this person, I'm beneath this person, like what do I want to say to this person that would really catch them, that really you get and be like you're thinking about what have I even achieved in this my life that I want to start talking about your achievements. And it's actually, you said you did a lot of like trying again. I've not actually like tried again.
Just want to be in that corner.
Just be in that corner.
But this show is going to help you.
Yeah, but now, as I am now, if I'm in that kind of situation again, I believe I will do better. Because in my mind, I've achieved something now. Because then, I've been in the university before and I failed in that setting already. So that thing has already brought down my self-esteem. So coming to school again and all that thing, I'm like, am I actually, do I know what I'm doing in my life? All those things, those thoughts actually come to your head. And like Isaac said, your mentality, everything you are in this life starts from here. Starts from your mind. If you can work on your mind to actually like give yourself your accolades, that I've done this, I've done that. You should be proud of yourself,
irrespective of the
setting or your circumstance. Like,
yes.
Fine, like you said, there are standards. See, trust me, society is based on standards. If you are not a particular place in society, like in a setting, you would actually want to look down on yourself. But it's polarized. Polarization is there. Let's leave it. You're not in a particular, you don't have so amount of accounts, you cannot See,
Didn't drive car to the
Let's be
You know,
job.
realistic.
let's be
There are
realistic.
sometimes I want to even go out. I'll be like, oh, I'm meant to take Uber.
I'm going to take
to
me
this
back to this place. Exactly. I'm going to take you back to this place, but
Let
I
her
want to
down.
go for the event and I have to put on white. But if I take a cake, it will stay in my
They will-
dress.
all
I'll
those
have to
kind
just
of-
stay in my house. I'll tell them, oh, I have something to
all
do.
those kind of things, and all those things actually tell you.
Also, sometimes I can actually say that maybe the way you present yourself, the way you dress, the way you like, the kind of formats you like. Let me say the kind of strategy you bring yourself down to that people, like the way you introduce yourself.
But I want to say
Okay, you coming to an event, even though your standard is low, you never get it, but you're coming with maybe a G wagon or maybe all
But
this
you can't- I want to say something.
the first look at you like, okay, this guy is something big. Even
Yeah,
though
those things-
even though he's just still a school sat, it's just like, let me say, the way you present yourself, it makes people see you on that eyesight, so they give you that eye view, and even you can now stand on that and maybe put it up.
I want to say something.
I think that one also can help sometimes.
But wait,
But don't fake it.
If I want to say something about that, I would say that it shouldn't be about that. Where I believe that it should be about your idea and your impact
Sometimes I
on
get-
the
I get the
society.
There is the society finance.
Society.
I have gone to series of presentation of let me say my job, like me looking for work, this kind of event work. Okay, we are going there on like let's come and present our proposal on the event. What can you offer? And all they have been looking down on, like let me say, I've been facing this recently, very a lot recently.
Say no, that for
Mainly because I don't get phone. I'm using the Phyllis. Or probably maybe me coming down there, like me coming there, and all I could come with is the highest is Uber.
What's
Like
appearance matters is
actually,
not-
I lost 3 jobs of recently that I'm supposed to do this very December, just because the events the events planner, I didn't like, I'm not on that high class alongside with the events planner. The event planner is expecting me to have my own maybe bus and car that I can use to load my things. I'm still thinking of logistics. The second thing, and the second one, me coming down there, like I'm actually on Marwa. I actually came down from Marwa and I'm just trekking down there. So I was even there in VI, and they're looking at me like, wait, you want to come and take a 3 million naira contract and you are on this? They look down on me under that. Oh, this guy cannot perform well.
In the society, you are
So sometimes they look at you based on what you are coming with or the way you package yourself. Like, learn to a brand. For now, I'm working on rebranding myself and my business.
that point.
And let me just put things
I want to say
together. Let me
something.
put things together.
Let Ayobami talk. Let's hear her talk first.
So society, like this society standard has started from when we were small. In such a way that when we were in primary school and we didn't take first position home and our neighbor took first position home, the way they will tell you that do you have 2 heads, like this comparison has created this inferiority complex, like every human is fighting with that thing. Society has really they've indoctrinated us with a false belief, and that thing has really limited people's ability to think. Mark Zuckerberg could innovate Facebook because he found himself in a society that embraces ideas.
yeah.
But if you're in a society that talks down on ideas and rates background and rates where you're coming from and what you have, it kills ideas. Like
ideas
this
not
Yoruba proverb
ideas.
that say that Talika ló ní idea.
No,
Like
olówó
when
sọ̀rọ̀ ló
olówó
idea.
sọ̀rọ̀, yes, Talika ló ní idea. So that word alone said, if someone finds himself in that poor situation, thinking about that proverb alone self has even killed the idea will not come into limelight. So we really need to fight this society. So the people that rise above their standard, like rise from being poor to being rich, is a really big fight. Like a really big fight.
Get up to that
They
point.
fight themselves, fight society, and break
Fight the
through.
mentality.
Because
Your mentality.
because you will carry your ideas to places that you know that they cherish ideas and they can fund it, but the people there can still look down on who you are currently, and it's a lot. As an entrepreneur, it's a lot.
Yeah, you know what?
It is a lot.
I've lost.
we have a lot of entrepreneurs in the house.
Yes, almost everyone here.
Yes.
Almost
So
everyone
what is
here.
an
So,
entrepreneur?
It's a lot.
I think he knows about this story. I've told him before. I lost a 14 million naira grant 2021. because of how I packaged myself.
I want to say something concerning this packaging. I, this thing is, I believe this thing is a short time thing, because how long do you want to keep packaging? Because you are living more than your pocket size. How long?
Sometimes you might not really, let us say that, don't fake it. Learn
Improvise.
to learn to be true with yourself, and sometimes you can just maybe improvise some.
Because because there's some job, like you said,
Like me now.
like that VI package now. Okay, for you to be given that kind of contract, they were expecting like you could have brought maybe
That's
G-Wagon.
a 30
But
million
if you get that kind of
job.
product, you have a stake of something more than what they are giving you. Do you get? It's like if the bank wants to give you a 10 million naira loan, you should have
There's
say,
some
an
collateral.
asset valued up to like 50 million naira. So that is what they want.
Yes.
Lemon could not give me the money that year because he came to my shop, he saw a small public I was using. I know this thing. The idea is here in me. But you felt, oh, you have a small shop. And because of the past experiences, that is why. It was like, no, let's just die this idea. After working, things happen.
Okay, and let me ask this question now. If we cannot give them what they want, so what should we do? Like, what is the way forward?
The way forward, sometimes if you can't give them what they want, is for you to force when we are talking, we talk about self-evaluation first.
Yes.
And self-consciousness first. Like, you need to first get who you are. First identify yourself, then you evaluate. And what I believe in is focus on yourself. You don't focus on what this person wants. What this person wants might be different from what another client would need. But focus on yourself, develop yourself. And even if this client doesn't need it, you will definitely see another client that will value what you have.
And make sure you are also producing the best.
Yeah, like that's it. Like,
Make
develop
sure your
yourself
work
to be
speaks for
the
you.
best and the best of
Yeah.
yourself.
One day you find that person.
Yeah, actually.
Working on your uniqueness. Everybody is unique in their own way. Your uniqueness. Because your uniqueness will make you stand out no matter what you are known for, your uniqueness.
So that's a very nice session. So the last question that we have here is we know that it is very important for us to know how to introduce yourself. There are a lot of, let me say, disadvantages that you will be at if you do not know how to introduce yourself. And knowing how to introduce yourself is a fundamental social skills that everyone needs, irrespective of who you are. You need to know how to introduce yourself. So now, the question is, why do you think it is important for people out there to know how to introduce themselves? Why do you think? We want to talk about the importance.
Okay. Let me give you a case study. Now, I meet with, let's just say one of the capitalists in Nigeria. Let me say Tony Elumelu, and he says, tell me about yourself. And I go about saying so many stories. I should hit the nail on the head. I'm Isaac. I do this, the job I do, my achievements, my vision, like you said. But if I go there and I meet him and I say, I'm Isaac, okay, I'm a student, fine. Then this is my problem, this is that. Those things alone already sways the person's attention from listening to you, because most people love problem solvers. They don't like being in space with problem bringers.
Yes, that's important.
So they believe for you to be able to solve other people's problem, because if I want to introduce myself, I need a grant, for instance, now, and I go there. I don't know if you watch all this Lion show with these guys on TV. You see the way they behave. Some people, they will pitch their business to be so well. Yes, Lions Den. It'll be so good. And these guys are capitalists. They have money. They have billions of naira to give to you, but they'll be like, no, I can't buy from this thing. There might be something they saw. It might be the way you were talking, and maybe you were fidgeting. They feel like, can you even handle pressure? Now look at what happened to Landmark. Do you know of Landmark? He's part of one of the panelists, and look at what happened to him of recent. I know, though we know some things happen, but at the same time, look at how he handled the pressure, and he made sure he used the disadvantage to a greater advantage. Now he took some part of his land, and through that was able to be innovative, what he was never thinking about before. You introduce yourself, you must be an innovator, you must be a problem solver. He chose to be innovative, and he build something. I don't know if you've seen the new structure, the new plan. He had to build something different. Do you get? So if you need to introduce yourself, you don't go with problems. You go with solutions. Solutions. Do you get? And you need to be bold. You need to work on yourself. Read books. Be eloquent. Our father in the Lord, the pastor of Living Faith, Bishop Oyedepo, when he celebrated his birthday of recent, he said something. You are seeing someone prosper. You are just saying, try to look for what that person has saying. He said it. Don't just look at someone. You know, when he was younger, they were like, he's always reading books, he's always doing this, he's always doing that. They're like, kill my fish. But he saw something, and he made sure he worked on it. That's building yourself. And he started writing. He wrote books. People read, kept on doing the work. And after some number of years, consistency also comes in. If you are doing something consistent, forget about what people were saying. His friends were saying some things to his ear, but he never listened to it. But he kept on pushing. But now, look at, I can tell you for a fact, there are some of his friends at age 70, they've not accomplished quarter of what he has achieved. That's, having a mindset that, regardless of, that's what our friend here said, regardless of what's coming from the society, just shun it and be positive. Just be on that track. That's it. Bisola has been in the school before. She was having that low self-esteem. But when she got here, she's you know what I'm trying to say. You understand? She had to pick up the pieces and build herself again. Do you get?
You don't only be where you were, you know where you are supposed to be. So try other options. So where is going to go?
So I'll be talking from the angle of an entrepreneur. So something happened to me today. I was in the market, I was sourcing for fabrics, and I was working like shops to shops, and the way Yaba is, you can just walk past just a small angle, and you don't know you've walked past 50 shops.
Yeah, that's true.
I work out today. So my leg was aching, and I started like, what? I can think of a solution, right? Then I called someone like, Ma, I wanted to have told you this, that. I was shy, mom, and she was like, AY, go straight to the point. Know how to talk to business people. You talk, what do you need? This. We help you solve this.
Yeah.
And that was able to, what she said was able to make me I was able to recalibrate my statement. I said, okay, ma, I need a loan to get this, to make my work easier, this, and I'll pay in so months. And I got it. But if you're not able to say that, imagine if she was not close with me. She can think I'm one of those people that want to beg for money, and she can block me. So that's the way people are. So busy people, entrepreneurs, you just have to be straightforward. And your introduction has to be straightforward. Then you sometimes you may just have just 1 minute to put an impression in the head of somebody that can last you your lifetime, even to your generations.
And having a perfect introduction can give you a room for that.
Can open rooms, can open opportunity. I never knew that I could have access to this thing. Websites that I don't even know anything about. She just told me just few seconds of phone call. So having a perfect introduction can make you may even pitch your business before a investor, like potential client or a potential investor without knowing. For instance, like something happened like few days ago, like a client of my friend came and like, I like the way you just be moving up and down. I said, I'm a fashion designer, this. And I talked about my dream of being a textile engineer, having a textile industry, producing this, that. And I'm like, wow, this. I like you are brave, you are this. I don't know who he is. It just came casual. I can see him in the future, I can see him somewhere, and I'm like, I know this man. What I have said to him will make him speak well about me in the years of those that can help me. So if you don't know how to publish yourself in a way that people will accept you, it will be hard for them to refer you to someone else.
So that's why it is important for you to have a perfect introduction.
Yes.
So who else want to talk? Let's hear you talk.
Actually, based on the importance of introduction, I could say I'm actually benefited from me introducing myself. This phone, I got this phone that was last month. I never had the intention of buying the phone because I didn't even have a dime in my account for the purchase of the phone. I got it for 192,000 naira and that was just big pay, just one man, just send me 200,000. And that was because I went for, like I said, I went for some job seeking, like some projects, and this was the phone I was using, my Techno, my Infinix Smart 5, as small as it is. I was asked to present them with even pictures and videos of the jobs I've done. And at the end of the day, I was able to just go around with my thing, but it was not as perfect. Although I could say that was what made me lost. That was the third job I lost. Like I lost that because I don't like. Although I'm prepared, I know everything. I have everything on my phone, and my business, because I lost a job some time ago, so that made me register my business, and it also affected me in my exam last semester. I have to miss an exam because of the job, because I was detained in the station because of what. I don't have business card. I don't have my job is not, my business is not registered. I don't have anything to defend myself. But all those things, like I keep stumbling on problems or problems, and I keep finding solutions to them. Like my way of me cutting it so that I won't go back to that same situation any longer. But one mistake I made is that, although it's not a mistake because I don't have the fund, I don't have a phone, and I'm going for a job that could worth me millions and like millions of gain. And my phone was just a small phone, and the way I was presenting itself, I was thinking I would probably see a laptop to borrow, and that is if they have. But fortunately, everyone was there with their laptop. Every event planner was there with their laptop. There's a projector, they just project your business to them. I no get laptop. Even my phone no good. And that's made me look at myself like, only this is a job that you could have get. Like cool cash.
Okay,
profit of like 6 million or so.
Should I say you chose not to take some risk?
Mainly
that's why you are in that position.
Yeah,
I'm that kind of person.
Although I'm someone who doesn't really like taking, although I know there's some risk and there's some risk.
You know what I'm trying to say?
One of the risks I hate taking is loan. I'm always scared of loan. It's not really about the interest. No, I'm not scared of the interest of the loan, or me scared of not being able to pay back. No, but I'm just scared of the loan, that if I should take a loan to push this thing forward. But the event job that started in 2017. So I've not really been putting my, let me say, like I said, I'm not really putting attention on, let me say, that kind of company that is could push me forward than that of production. Not until recently that I started, like, okay, I did April, there's a job I did in April 2nd, and someone saw the job on Instagram. I was like, wait, are you sure I don't know that this job, or is it an case surprise that I did this job? I was like, wait, I'm going to post person job. I even have to video, like, I have to turn the camera on video call, and I was like, no, now you do this job, like, because the job is actually almost replica to what Anike Supplies did. And it was like, only one problem you have is that you are not packaging this business of yours. You are not pushing yourself forward. So I was like, okay, let me take that booster. That was why I keep pushing my things. Okay, let me register my company, let me do this, let me do that, according to the way I'm facing the problems. The way I face problem, I think of the solutions. So now I have the problem of phone laptop. I couldn't pitch my business here, where I could have gotten a job that even the let me say the profit on it alone is over 6 million naira. That I could have been a big boy. But I don't get phone, I don't even get laptop. Like, just what happened to me that day, immediately I went out, I just make a call to my dad. I was just crying. I said, at least, don't worry. God is with you.
I choose you.
Like, when he said so, and few minutes later on, I just received a call from one of his boys at work. He said, my dad was actually worried about me, that he said I was crying. I was forgetting. One problem. He said, over there, people were presenting with laptops. Some got the job. Even if I can't get the job of the planning, even if just for the decoration alone, at least the minimum I know I could get, even like 500,000 or something small. Let me manage it. Like, yet I couldn't get anything from the whole presentation. I was like, you know what? Where are you? I said, I am still at here. He said, okay. What is the thing you need? I said, I need a phone. what kind of phone? At least a phone that the camera could be good enough that I could stand. I said, no problem. And what else? I need a laptop. Of what RAM? I said at least 4 gig RAM. And what can be beneficial to me? This man just asked me, okay, meet me at the office. I'll be waiting at your dad's office. And before I got there, they already got me a laptop and a phone.
Now, do you know what that man did for you? He recalibrated something in you. Now, your confidence now has now grown from this level to another level. Now, if you don't know how to do something with the laptop before, you now have to bend down. Take your time to now elevate your skills. The only way you can, make the man believe that, oh, what you really missed, you missed it because she didn't have that thing, is by making sure if something like that comes your way again, you don't miss it.
Yes.
That still comes to introducing yourself, packaging yourself. By just using the word introducing yourself, we had to digress and take it into personal business, being an entrepreneur, because a lot of us here are like that. Do you get my point? So now the man is like a stakeholder in your business already. Because he wants, it's very, very difficult for someone to just say, oh, what you want and gives it to you. It's because of the belief. See, your business spoke for you. What you do spoke for you. But the person now, say, the content, but the container is not beautiful. But the content is unique, very okay. So that's what happened in his own case. Do you get?
So I would say that if you want to have a perfect introduction about yourself, I would say you should not run away from problems. You encounter as an entrepreneur, you encounter a problem in your business, or you feel like, oh, I don't want to do too much. No, don't be afraid of saying that. Go look for ideas and make sure that you solve that problem, because when you are introducing yourself, that can help you in your introduction when people can see what you have done so far. Do you understand? And how you have the problem you have encountered and how you have preferred solution to it. So it can actually help you in your introduction. So we are still on the importance of having a perfect introduction or knowing how to introduce yourself. So Idris, I would love you to say something.
Concerning what you said, my brother here, Hafiz, I want to share this scenario that happened maybe a year back, and that's included me and Isaac. There was this contract kind of from his side, because he's the person that he feels my energy. He's the kind of person that pushes someone forward, like, do this, you can do it, you can do it. But as a naive somebody, I'm this newbie. I'm not that the person that can relate to people that much, because I'm an introverted person. I don't like talking to people. If I find myself in a new environment, I want to be all to myself. I don't like it, but I can't live my life that way. So, but for the very first day I met him, something just came into me. I saw the corridor and I introduced myself to him. I said, how for now, you're this. Then from there, started having a normal relationship. So, the contract was from his sister. So, I told her I'm into glasswork and this and that. So, his sister is an interior decor and stuff. She collects contract. So Isaac just called me. He has followed the sister to discuss something. She'll come. Sister just messaged me. Sorry, is this the glass designer? Is this the this shop? I was like, yes, ma. And I met his DM. The sister started me. What do I do? He said, don't worry, just tell her your price. I was like, to be too outrageous. Won't she be thinking? Won't she be having the second thought? So, no, just tell her your price. Tell her. Send her this thing. Send her any design. So, I was like, okay. I'll do it. She's like, okay, I want to do this level by something measurement. Can you do it? I was thinking it. I spent like a few seconds before I reply. I can't do it, ma. Okay. I want to create the design, 3D design, 3D mirror design. Can you do it for me? Yes, ma. Okay, what's the price? Again. I was like, it's part of introduction too.
Yes,
I've not finally introduced myself. I've not introduced the business. Like, she has not gained the confidence. Like, can she trust me with her contract because she collects contract, interior decoration contract. I was like, okay. And I went to guys, she has told me to give her price. So what do? I said, just do what is best. Tell her your price, okay? Okay, because he knows that I know I'm in the field. I should know what's the next thing to do. So I contacted my friend in Mushin because I was in school. So we are not on vacation. We are not on vacation. So and I contacted my friend in Mushin. Alpha, I've done the calculation already. So I contacted my friend in Mushin because he has been collecting works.
To confirm the price.
Yes,
Yeah,
recent price. I called my friend because he has been dealing with customers. Because you know that if you have a contract, like you are all economic students here,
Yeah.
we have abnormal profit, we have supernormal profit, normal profit at least.
Mm.
I don't want to be too much. Like I will not scare her, she will not go away. So when I called my friend that he has been dealing with customers, what do I do? Yes, have I done the calculation? And he did it also. I said, okay, you know what you're going to do because of unnecessary contingency. Like then it's glass.
You have
It
to be
might
very
be broken.
careful.
Like so, just to finish that space, I gained experience again. So he now told me okay, and I said okay, no problem. I went to the market myself. I did the study myself. Like what was the present price, the current price. I did the calculation. I said, Ma, I'll get back to you so day. I did the calculation. I sent it to her. So okay. So what are you going to do? I now use my own personal initiative. Okay. What are you going to? How much are you going to need to execute the contract file? Balance you. Okay, ma, pay me so amount, 100,000. Sent it to me. That was how the thing went, and I started doing everything with her. I was not conversing with her normally. She now messaged me, and I went to my market to call one of our boss that she go and do the work for me. I gave him his commission. I gave him his transport, everything, and I was just like the main contractor of the business. That man was calling me from worry. He has done this, so the woman is giving me this kind of attitude. The woman will call me, I'll talk to her, I'll call my guy. I was just like managing the business and everything. Part of the introduction. Because it was the one that helped me doing the business. I learned a lot from him on that introduction aspect. Because I was seriously lagging behind from that introduction.
So now if you are in a similar situation in the future, you will know how to handle it, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's it. So I can say that past circumstance or situation can also help our introduction. So don't be afraid to take any risk, or if you are not in any situation, so far it is in your field, you should still go for it. So I just
Okay, based on this introduction stuff, I'm just realizing that I had the same issue back then. I'm an athlete, so I used to do track then before. And because of my height, I used to feel very, very like I had this low self-esteem and all that. So they'll be like, cool now. Anytime our coach comes, they'll be like, come and like talk to me. And I'm like, sir, I'm not doing it again. So it's always like pushing me that be bold, try and mingle. But at the point, actually left track. When I came to Unilag and I saw that, I love sport too. Let me look for another sport to like go into. So I found volleyball. But now I'm not very, very good. So I joined volleyball and everything. So I think that was earlier this year. I was like, no, during that COVID strike time, 2020. So I was like, let me like first class Bangwa because I'm tired of staying in Nigeria. There's nothing with sport in Nigeria. So the first thing that came up was like, introduce yourself. I said, haha.
Wow.
Hey. I ran. I closed the app. I was like, don't worry. I was like, don't worry. I'm not doing it again. Like maybe next time. So before I resumed this CP stuff again, I was like, oh, let me try again and see if that same thing is still there. Still there. So let me just know how I'll start like building myself and everything. I logged into the app again. I still saw it, but I was still like trying to like find the words. Okay, who am I? Blah 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 blah. Well, it's still hard to. I've not actually got to.
Actually, the steps I'll be introducing the step later that I highlighted can actually help you to introduce yourself. Can I say that if you don't know how to introduce yourself, sometimes you are going to lose opportunities.
Yes.
So that is why it is very, very important. Like the power of a perfect introduction cannot be overemphasized. Don't just sit there. If you are hearing me, don't just sit there and be like, no, I'm not the audience. I'm not the people they are talking about. No, you are part. You need to know. If I don't know if you are a trader, even though you are a trader in the marketplace, at your bar or any marketplace, you still need, because if someone wants to help you, they want to hear what you can say, your introduction. Who are you? And what do you stand for in this business? And it is only your introduction that can give that. Don't want me have time to stay with you at all time that I say, oh, this person is an honest person. But you can give a similar situation, an example in your introduction that shows that yes, you have portrayed honesty in this situation. Like, do you understand me? So it is very, very important for you to know how to introduce yourself. So we'll soon be coming to the end of it. We have talked about the importance of knowing how to introduce yourself. That is the power of a perfect introduction. So now I want to be introducing 5 steps that you can use to introduce yourself in any social gathering. And the step 1 is that you start with your background. So if you want to introduce yourself, you can start with your name, your state of origin, or anything you feel like you want to introduce about your background in your introduction. You know, it depends on the kind of gathering you have, the information you are going to give. And then the second step is, what did you do? If you have any work experience, you can include it in this section, and your qualifications. And also, if you're a student, you can add it in this category. And the third one is your strengths. Your strengths are things that you find very easy to do. They are things that you are very good at, so you can include them in your introduction. And the fourth step is your visions. Your visions are the problem you observed in your field or in your society, and also how you intend to solve them. And the last one is your passion and your hobbies. Your passions are like your drive. What drive you to pursue your goal or your interest? And your hobbies are things you like to do, you love doing during your leisure time. So that is, if you follow these 5 steps, I believe you can introduce yourself in any social gathering. And what you have to do is just be confident in who you are, be proud of, irrespective of the gathering, be proud of who you are. I think that will also help you. So that will be all on the show. I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things. I want you to use this lesson in your daily life, like in your business. If you want to go for any interview as a student, if you are in any social setting, you can make sure you use all these settings, all these lessons, and that will be all on the show. It is very nice to have you on the show. Thank you, Oni. Thank you, Ajoke. Thank you, Ayobami. Thank you, Idris. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Abisola. Thank you very much. Thank you to our
man behind the camera.
To the one behind the camera, thank you much. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and also share on my YouTube channel. See you on another episode of Interactive Session with Adeniji Roots Oyinola. Bye.